Huh. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old. For being a widower's house, there's a lot of them. Most men get by with a can opener and a bottle cap remover. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually. The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... this will definitely end up coming in handy. No, Bennett said he'd take care of searching upstairs. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
You know, about our objectives in this house. What did we come here to do?
Our mission here consists of two parts. To find that message Chapman wanted to give the judge, and to look for clues which prove my theory that he did not commit suicide.
Have we found any of the stuff we're looking for?
Unfortunately, I haven't. However, everything seems to indicate that Chapman had a laptop here, which is now missing.
Who took it? The military? The FBI?
Perhaps, but it also could have been taken by the killer.
Or maybe Chapman hid it himself.
Good thinking, Gina. Good thinking.
Do we have authorization from anyone to be here?
Not exactly, but sort of. I have a friend at the FBI. I asked him for help, and he sent me the keys to the cabin and several documents related with the investigation. That and my status as a court psychiatrist should keep anyone from bothering us.
One other thing. Hey, about Chapman. Could you tell me anything more about Chapman's death?
He had been fishing that day, but we know he returned here in mid-afternoon because he received a telephone call at 6:15 p.m.
Is anything known about that call Chapman received the afternoon he died?
I haven't figured it out yet, but what is clear is that the call was cut off. In fact, the line was cut off for a few days, and they came to repair it during the investigation.
Now that you mention it, who investigated the case?
In the beginning, the county sheriff, but then the military and the FBI took over and sent him home. Since the contact who gave me the keys to this place belongs to the FBI, I know the investigation was a mess, almost non-existent.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Kordsmeyer's death and Brian's trial had already stirred up too much of a fuss. Since Chapman's demise seemed like a clear case of suicide, with a gunshot to the temple and his own gun in his hand and no other signs of violence, the feds and army came in, they took a few fingerprints, a couple photos, rummaged through some drawers, and case closed.
Let's drop Chapman's death for a bit.
Okay, any other questions?
I'll leave you alone and continue snooping around here.
All right.
That's a great excuse for taking a load off.
What's on your mind?
Hey, about Gabbo? Why is Gabbo not in Happydale?
Destiny creates strange bedfellows, Gina. Allow me to explain. The night Brian escaped, I stayed at work very late. And suddenly... Miss Palmer, you forgot how to knock before entering?
I want Basco's recordings and the report.
What?
Got 3 seconds. 1.
I'm not giving you a thing.
2.
And while you were escaping, Miss Palmer stole the recordings and the report on Brian, right?
I'm afraid so. Luckily, I had just sent a backup copy to my computer at home, and only Judge Whitley and I know the password.
How did you and Gabbo escape from Happydale?
Gabbo and I hid all night in an abandoned wing of the hospital, in a sort of old morgue. And in the morning, we snuck into the laundry truck, pretending to be janitors.
What did you and Gabbo do after escaping?
We went to my house to retrieve my recordings of Brian's hypnotherapy sessions. But when we got there was a very suspicious-looking car watching the front door, so we didn't dare go in.
Did you tell Gabbo to contact me during Brian's fake funeral?
Yes. I mistakenly thought that you knew his whereabouts. Meanwhile, I came here and began to investigate the Chapman case.
Where is that crazy guy now?
Oh, don't you worry. He'll be back any minute now, with money from a few bingo parlors, some fresh bruises, and a bad case of crabs. He's hyperactive, you know.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
Hey, about Brian. Gabbo didn't finish explaining to me how Brian's escape ended.
Oh, don't worry. Gabbo's just like that. He didn't explain it to me either.
What?
Well, he started to tell me a bit, something about Kurgan, air ducts, but I was exhausted after our own escape. I'm just glad to know that Brian made it out of Happydale and is safe from Miss Palmer. Or at least I hope so.
Can you tell me about how Brian is innocent again?
Of course. He did not kill Colonel Kordsmeyer, but he must have witnessed his murder, which led to the shock, causing him not to remember anything. Somebody set it all up so that Brian would take the fall, and I suspect that somebody is the same person who was behind Chapman's fake suicide.
Brian misinterpreted you and thought you wanted to send him to jail, right?
He overheard me on the telephone talking about Kurgan, a murderer who was pretending to be insane, and he thought I was referring to him. But every cloud has a silver lining. Thanks to that mistake, Brian fled. Otherwise, God knows what Miss Palmer had in store for him.
What is Miss Palmer's role in all this?
To tell you the truth, I don't know. But I do know that she or whoever hired her is very interested in having Brian found guilty.
You mentioned the recordings of some therapy before?
Hypnotherapy. At my house, I kept the recordings of the sessions in which Brian got back some confused memories of Colonel Kordsmeyer's death through hypnosis.
Let's talk about something else. I'll just keep searching for clues.
All right.
They lead upstairs. Well, if I really have to. Kordsmeyer's slayer faces maximum sentence. Damn the press. What do they know about the slayer? I spent all night driving, and Gabbo only let me rest for an hour or two, so I'd better not stare at it for too long. It's not that I wouldn't love to, but I can't sleep now. Bottles of shampoo, bath gel, a sponge, that kind of stuff. It's a jacuzzi with a million little soothing jets aimed at every part of your body for maximum relaxation. I took a shower a while ago, and I don't want to wear out my welcome, not even for the sake of hygiene. That's my suitcase. I always keep it in my car with a few changes of clothes, a toiletry bag, and some pajamas. I got used to carrying it around during those years when I never knew where I would wake up. What wild and crazy times. Before my shower, I tried to light it so I'd be warm when I got out, but there's no wood. No, I don't want to go up there and invade Bennett's turf. However, if I'm going to talk with him, I'm better off taking a seat. Much more comfortable in the long run.
What is it, Gina?
You know, about our objectives in this house. Do we have authorization?
I have a friend at the...
Have we found... What did we...
Our mission...
One other thing. I'll just...
All right.
Looks like Bennett... I'm not cold. Wow. Was Chapman a major bookworm or what? Good idea. But besides looking through it, the time has come to do a full, in-depth ransacking of this room. I must not be on the right track. I've looked everywhere, but I haven't found a single thing that resembles a clue. This is going to be harder than I expected. Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock.
What's up?
Hey. Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on. I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
Damn. Right under the kitchen cabinets. Where are they? I bet they fell into that hole. My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. That seems like a good idea. But where exactly? Good idea. That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. That seems like a good idea. But where exactly? Good idea, Gina. Yes. Now it'll be a piece of cake. Shoot, it's pitch black down there. I guess Bennett rent. Yep, I bet one of the keys opens the padlock. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better. Saves me more time. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh? It has something written on it. Hurricane. Could that be Chapman's boxing name? No.
What is it?
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina. Now that Bennett's gone, I can check to see if he forgot to search anywhere. Shrinks can be so absent-minded, you know. It's not that I don't trust him.
Why can't I get you to trust me?
'Cause you're a shrink.
And what's that have to do with...
When my friend Chapman died, I'm the one who found his body. I'm the one who informed the army and the feds. I told them Chapman would never have committed suicide. But did they listen to me? No. They took me off the case. They'd take care of it, but... Did they investigate? No. They treated Chapman like garbage. Just like the filth you sweep under the carpet. Shame on you.
I swear I have nothing at all to do with any of that.
And 2 days ago, the FBI calls me and says a guy will be coming to investigate Chapman's death. Do they reopen the case? No. We've got to keep it under wraps for now. I get all excited. I tell myself now they're finally going to investigate it right. I convince myself my friend's reputation will be cleared. But what do? Nothing! They send me a psychiatrist. A lousy shrink!
Sheriff, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. You came here to tell me my friend killed himself because he was depressed or crazy or some other kind of junk. And you want me to cooperate? No.
Nothing here either. If Bennett left anything unsearched, I guess I'd have too, 'cause I didn't find anything new or interesting. Who knows? Maybe it would be a good idea to poke around a little more, though. Hey, I wonder how things are going for Bennett with the sheriff. I wish I had some way to see what they're doing, or even help him out if need be. I'm not a major fan of weddings, not even in pictures. Hey, now that I've looked a little closer, what is that thing hanging there? Okay, it's what do you call it? According to old Granny Timmons, lots of people used to wear these. A locket. I don't like to steal other people's victories from them. The bridge, the path, I can almost see to the highway, and it's at least 1.5 miles away. Hope I don't prick myself. Seems to be in great shape. Can't see. Okay, ready. If I knew what was in there, perhaps, but it's so dark down there. I think Bennett mentioned that the line was cut off the day. I wonder if it works now. I could call. Yeah, I'll call him on his cell phone.
Hello, Gina.
How's everything going, Doctor?
Oh, wonderfully. Couldn't be better.
I understand. You're up a creek, but you can't talk. Have you managed to get any information out of him?
Not yet, but I feel optimistic. The sheriff is helping me a whole lot.
I get it. The jerk won't give you a shred of evidence.
Yes, exactly. Very generous of him.
Good luck.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me.
They turn the heat off at night. Better have some coffee. You'll get cold. But let me make it clear that nothing you say or do will get me to help you.
I found an envelope at Chapman's house, and it contained some tiny spider hairs.
Uh-huh. So?
I know you have information regarding spiders in the Chapman case.
Me? No. And you'd need one accurate lie detector to hear otherwise.
I'm offering you the envelope as a sign of goodwill.
Let me guess. You need my fingerprints on it to frame me and take me out of the picture, right? Excuse me, but I can't accept that.
We'll talk about the envelope later. Do you also believe Chapman didn't commit suicide?
Also? No, I alone do believe Chapman did not kill himself. I'm not from the FBI, and I don't need to pull the wool over any sheriff's eyes.
The FBI didn't send me here. I came on my own.
Sure. Oh, by the way, how much did the FBI pay you to come on your own? Forget it.
I don't belong to the FBI, but I have a friend who does, and he is secretly helping me.
A friend? You are talking to me about friendship? I was Chapman's friend, and I won't help anyone tarnish his good name anymore.
I was also a friend of Chapman's. A close friend.
So you say. You want me to believe you? Well, then why don't you prove it? His wife Annetta had a very special nickname for him. What was it?
Let's forget about the whole nickname thing for a while. Talking with you is exhausting, and I doubt I'm going to get anywhere for now. I hope Jean's doing better than I am.
I could call.
Hello, Gina.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Hurricane.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck with the sheriff. I'll call you in a bit.
Till then.
I refuse to look at every nook and cranny of this cabin through the magnifying visor unless there's some reason to do so. I'd end up with a headache for days. Everything for my lovey bear from your little squirrel. No comment. I could call.
Hello, Gina.
I think I can give you some other potential nicknames for Chapman.
I'm all ears.
Lovey bear.
Thanks, Gina.
Good luck.
Till then.
Are you still here?
I'm not leaving until you help me. I think I remember the nickname Annetta Chapman called her husband now.
I'm listening.
Lovey Bear.
And how do you know that, huh?
I just do. Now it's your turn to answer a question. Chapman, a spider. What's the connection?
Look at this. Chapman's arm. I took it when I found his body. I showed it to an entomologist in town, and it looked strange to him. He couldn't tell what kind of spider caused the bite.
Well, now he can. We have to take him the envelope. Another thing, the sheriff just told me Chapman had a hiding place inside the bathtub where the jacuzzi motor is.
So are the bad guys here yet?
Hey, Gabbo.
They here?
No, what are you talking about? Sorry about that, Bennett.
You don't see a lot of movies, do you?
A secret hiding place under the bathtub?
Huh?
Don't worry, I'll find the mechanism that opens it.
Yes, maybe that's where the clue we're looking for is hidden. That could be it.
Sorry, I gotta go. So the only thing in there was that box?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hey, I'm going under the bridge to prepare the welcoming party.
When will you finish explaining how Brian escaped from Happydale?
After the cataboom bam crack-a-boom! Banana!
It was really frightening sometimes. Anyway... Well, I think I've searched through everything now, except that over there. Gabbo?
You'll be happy to know that the grenades work. This is gonna be one crazy party.
I'm not interested in the cartridges, but those things, what great memories they bring back. I haven't seen a glow stick for ages. Good idea. That thing over there looks like a boot, doesn't it? Let's see how good my aim is. I bet I'm the first person ever who's happy to have caught a boot while fishing. Seems like there's something inside. Well, how about that? A laptop computer. Let's see if I can have it ready for when Bennett returns.
What do you think? Can you see anything?
Effectively, gentlemen. The spider that was inside the envelope was an actual Madagascar queen spider. I don't need to tell either of you just how far away Madagascar is from here.
And that the spider couldn't crawl here on its own.
Effectively,
Poisonous?
but not deadly. Its venom paralyzes the victim for hours and is then slowly metabolized by the body without leaving a trace behind.
That means that Chapman was paralyzed when he died, which completely rules out the suicide theory.
Doctor, you've earned this. Honorary Assistant Sheriff. It belonged to Chapman.
Effectively, a Madagascar queen. I should have expected that.
And this wire... Enter password? How would I know what Chapman's password was? It's written on his boxing gloves, so maybe that's it. Excellent. Loading. National Security Database. Eliminator Agent TV3968. Agency requires Level 4 clearance. Name, Andrea Hickok. Alias, Tarantula Jane Eyre. Date admitted October 27, 2003. Date dismissed June 25, 2006. Missions, your Level 3 access code does not allow this information to be displayed. Reasons for dismissal, your Level 3 access code... What's this email message? Looks like it hasn't been sent yet. From Jerome D. Chapman to Judge Latricia Whitley. Subject, Basco innocent. I've attempted to reach you by phone, but your secretary has become an insurmountable barrier to our communications. I need to make you aware of the following facts. 1. Colonel Kordsmeyer has been embezzling funds from the U.S. Army, acting behind the back of his own country. 2. During his mission on Mala Island, he had some highly qualified mercenaries under his command, and their leader was a bloodthirsty woman, a former agent for the government. Her codename is Tarantula. 3. Right now, all we know is that she was an AE, Agent Eliminator, who specializes in the method known as tossing the hot potato. In other words, don't be surprised by this. She eliminates the target by getting an innocent bystander involved as a scapegoat. 4. In the case at hand, the innocent person in question is Brian Bass. Let's finish this mail, and Dr. Ian Bennett will corroborate the veracity of this story. So then, I hit the send button and...
Now I understand everything.
Hmm?
Judge Whitley just called me, wondering how the deceased Chapman was able to send her an email message mentioning my name and Brian's. She gave me an appointment tonight at my own apartment in New York City.
Okay then, let's go there immediately.
Soon. But first, let's do justice for Chapman. Let's reenact the crime.
After seeing Tarantula's profile on the web, Chapman started writing an email message to Judge Whitley about how Brian is innocent when the phone rang. It was Barry, the old guy from the gas station. He said there were some strangers asking where Chapman's cabin was, but then the line was cut off, as well as Chapman's internet connection. Fearing the worst, Chapman grabbed his laptop. Then, he stuck his laptop in a fishing boot. He hid it in the well, and after that, he came back inside.
And waited. He saw the envelope drop through the mail slot. He opened it, and the spider bit him. He must have become completely paralyzed in just a few seconds. Then Tarantula came in, prepared to do what she does best. She took his hand, held the gun up to his forehead, and then, bang!
Bennett! Get down!
Bennett!
It's too late! Go start the car!
They following us?
Not for long. Banana!
Poor Bennett.
Wake me up when we get to New York.
No way! You've got to tell me how Brian escaped from Happydale.
Banana! Now, where were we?
Following your escape plan, Brian climbed into the ventilation ducts, but then he came across Kurgan's decapitated body. He found the head and tried to hide it by sticking it into a furnace, which turned on when he closed the door. The head was reduced to ashes and
then he came home to Daddy.
Even after dying, that psycho's managed to screw everything up for me. Now how do I escape?
The cards are in your favor. Improvise.
Come on already, Gabbo. Can you stop it with that line, please?
Improvise. You and Kurgan are almost the same height, and you have the same build. What would happen if they found his beheaded body dressed in your clothes tomorrow?
What? I can't do that. Kurgan's back is hairy as an ape. They'll recognize him in a second.
Do some hair removal.
What about his freaky long fingernail? They'll know it's Kurgan as soon as they see it.
Trim it.
And I have a tattoo on my ass, and he doesn't.
Draw one on him.
What about his blood type, his shoe size, his DNA?
Go to Bennett's office and switch the medical files. Try to think on your toes, Brian.
You know, in the end, it'll turn out you're right. Kurgan's body could pass for mine. If I switch his medical records with mine, cut off his disgusting fingernail, copy the tattoo I have, well, near the small of my back, wax his shoulders, and set things up in such a way that they decide not to look for his head or suspect foul play when they can't find it. That way they'll think the dead body's mine and...
Nobody looks for a dead man. But make it snappy, Basco. Remember, either you're escaping at 12 midnight or you're not escaping at all.
What came after entering the casino?
Go into the air ducts through the vent.
About that tattoo of mine that I have to draw on Kurgan. Since you're so good at that artsy-fartsy stuff, why don't you paint it?
Forget it. I don't see myself looking at you on all fours and me painting Kurgan's behind.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
No way.
$1 billion.
They say I killed a guy once who rambled on and on about something for too long. You think it's true?
All right already. I'll stop insisting. Do you have anything that might pass for a tattoo?
No. But I'll listen to any and all ideas.
Add 1,000 to the $2,000 I already owe you.
Done. In the third drawer of my cabinet, there are some artist pens. Grab a 0.005 and it should pass. Too bad I don't have a 0.037.
I love deals with friends.
Banana!
You know, I'm not going to bug you anymore about this tattoo business.
My unstable mental health will thank you for that.
Why do I have to wait to escape right at midnight?
Because it is right then that the guards by the entrance change shifts. You'll have a little more than 37 seconds to slide down the cable with no fear of being seen.
I'm going to keep planning my escape, Gabbo.
Good for you.
Well, like Gabbo says, I'll have to improvise.